So Urban Meyer just strongly insinuated that Jim Harbaugh lied to the NCAA and should never be allowed to coach college football again. But Urban Meyer was not the most truthful person to ever roam the sidelines. We call it the way we see it. Locked on Big Ten starts right now.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman, 40 years as a sports talk show host and play-by-play announcer. And I want to thank you for making us your first listen each and every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Hit that free subscribe button down below while you're watching so you don't miss a single episode. We're this close to 18,000 subscribers, trying to get to 20,000 by the time football season starts. All right, so when an accused liar calls an accused liar a liar, that's what we're going to talk about here today. Urban Meyer calling out Jim Harbaugh seems unwise, and an important word on Michigan quarterback Bryce Underwood at the end. So, Fox football analyst and former Ohio State football coach Urban Meyer raised some eyebrows, at least with me, with his recent comments on his triple option podcast that he does regularly. He said, coaches who are caught lying to the NCAA should be automatically banned from coaching college football, like forever. He said that the NCAA historically had a zero tolerance position with players if they were caught lying to NCAA investigators, and he wonders why coaches are not held to the same standard. He said, quote, if you lie as a college football coach to the NCAA, in my personal opinion, you're finished, you're done, unquote. And he then went on to say that, sure, coaches push the line. Right. He did. He went on and gave examples. He said, sending a text message to a recruit when you're not supposed to, that's one thing. He said, going to lunch with a recruit when you're not supposed to, that's one thing. Or a contact or sending a letter when you're not supposed to make contact with a recruit, that's one thing. It's three things, actually. But when the NCAA nails you on something and you refuse to cooperate or just flat out lie, he said, quote, in my very strong opinion, you're finished coaching Division I, unquote. So those examples he gave, lunch when you're not supposed to, reaching out when you're not, does that sound like Jim Harbaugh, anybody? Burgergate, right? Seems to me like he's talking about Jim Harbaugh without saying Jim Harbaugh. So you remember with Jim Harbaugh and Burgergate, when he met recruits for lunch at a burger joint in Ann Arbor during a non-contact period because of COVID. At the time, the NCAA tried to nail Harbaugh on that with a minor level 2 recruiting violation, just a minor slap on the wrist. But Harbaugh was not cooperative. That's all documented, and not cooperative at all during the investigation. And in fact, the NCAA said that Harbaugh was not truthful in the matter. They bumped it up to a level 1, much more serious. And then ultimately he was eventually suspended for the first 3 games of the 2023 season for all that. So it's clear, right? We all agree. Urban's talking about Jim Harbaugh. He thinks Jim Harbaugh should never be allowed to coach college football again. And right now he can't for the next 4 years anyway because of the show cause penalty. This is where I argue that Urban should probably sit this argument out. Urban's been caught lying before. A lot. Now, anybody remember when Ohio State suspended Urban Meyer for the first 3 games of the 2018 season for his handling of allegations against his former assistant? Remember anybody? During Big Ten Media Days 2018, Urban absolutely got caught lying about having any knowledge about the 2015 domestic violence allegations against assistant Zach Smith. And there were deleted injury screenshots and text messages that indicated that Smith's wife, the victim in all this, had shared with Urban's wife, Shelley, that abuse was happening. Urban initially said he knew nothing about it. When Urban turned his phone over to investigators, text messages older than a year had been deleted, and investigators also indicated that Urban had consulted with Ohio State's director of football ops on how do you delete messages older than a year on a phone. He didn't know how to do it. Come to think of it, neither do I, but it's neither here or there. There were other issues with Smith that Urban had to deal with over the years at Ohio State and Florida that led us to believe that Urban knew everything that was going on. Everything. Yet when asked numerous questions about it at that Big Ten Media Day, Meyer claimed to know nothing about the Smith situation. He said he never had a conversation about it. And then he asked rhetorically, innocently, who would ever create a story like this? Remember that? Lying right through his teeth. He also claimed that had he known anything, he would have made changes on his staff, insinuating he would have fired Smith. Yet in his statement days later to Buckeye Nation, he said he reported Smith's domestic violence info in 2015 up the proper channels. I did the right thing. I told the right people. That means he knew about it, and that means he lied about it to the media during Big Ten Media Days. He also said he never intended to be untruthful. It's amazing when people lie. They come up with other terms. Misremember, misinformed, never intended to be untruthful about the whole Smith situation. Instead, he admitted to being caught on the media day. He was all set, ready to talk about his football team. He wasn't expecting those questions. He got knocked on his heels. In other words, he lied. I remember the next day on ESPN's Get Up, Jay Billis came on. And he said, when are we going to quit saying somebody misremembered something or misstates something and start calling a lie a lie? And then he went on to say, and Urban Meyer flat out lied. We all saw it. So let me say this. I didn't really mean to jump on Urban from this angle because none of us are perfect. Right? And in this case, though, Urban Meyer lied. But Urban Meyer lied to the media, not the NCAA, which was how this whole conversation started in the first place. He said, if you lie to the NCAA, you should be banned forever. I'm just pointing out he lied big time in front of everybody, not to the NCAA, but to everybody else. And my whole point here is if you've been caught in a big major lie, let's not drive too hard to the hoop calling out one of your rivals for lying either. I mean, Urban might have wanted to sit this one out. What do you think? I know I'm going to get a lot of comments on this one. Hit me up with the comments on YouTube. Always appreciate that. Whatever you do, hit that old subscribe button down below and follow Locked On Big Ten for free wherever you get your podcast. That way you'll get the latest episode of this podcast as soon as it becomes available each and every day. Share, like, follow. We ask you to do all that as well. Don't forget, you can check out our website, talkbig10.com, where all of our podcasts go. We'll group this one under Ohio State or Michigan. And then links at the bottom where you can buy your favorite Big Ten team gear, shirts, t-shirts, hats. Get ready for the school spirit for the 2025 season. All right there at your fingertips. So anyway, good conversation to have. Thanks for checking us out. Oh, I told you to go ahead and subscribe. We're this close to 18,000 subscribers. If you don't mind just hitting that, clicking that button for free, that never requires any information. And that way you'll never miss a single episode. But we're trying to get to 18,000 here this week. And we're trying to get to 20,000 before the start of the football season. We started with 1,000 when we first started less than 2 years ago. You guys have been great. If you've already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, just hit that button, please. Appreciate that. We're going to have a final word about Michigan freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood and how he's handling all this Sherrone Moore suspension stuff. It's going to be tough for a 17-year-old kid. It's all coming up in 1 minute right here on Locked On Big Ten. Did you know that your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Yeah. Turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. Just grab your pair of controllers, subscribe, or sign into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included. You're ready to go. Dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 25 to Call of Duty. You can stream your favorite shows. It's gaming made simple. It's all on your Fire TV. And with the 4K streaming, you can get over 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite subscribe services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and more. So head over to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On and get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K second generation, Fire TV Stick 4K Max first and second generation, and Fire TV Cube third generation. This episode is brought to you by Epicor. Every team knows the value of hard work, of taking pride in what you build and practicing every detail to get the best results, but no one player, no matter how amazing, can get it all done by themselves. So working together makes getting the win easier at Epicor. The All-Stars are the hardworking manufacturers and distributors who create and deliver the things that we all need, from aerospace to electrical to medical devices. Epicor ERP solutions are created by industry experts to help make every day easier. Seeing your whole supply chain easier, managing logistics is easier, responding to price changes is easier. From small businesses with big dreams to growing enterprises with global vision, will equip you with the right tools to move forward, think ahead, and lead the way, because as the clock ticks down, you need to make the most of every hardworking minute. Easier doesn't cut corners. Easier takes the lead. Discover your success at www.easierwithepicor.com. That's www.easierwithepicor.com. Monarch Money. If you check your banking account, notice the money's gone. Where are you spending it? How do you keep track of it? Dining, online shopping. Keep track of all of that stuff with Monarch Money, your personal CFO, giving you visibility and control of your finances. And it's not just a budgeting app. It's a complete finance command center, tracking all of your accounts, your investments, and your spending all in one place. And they got great insights on your money, all in one convenience. Take all your apps from all of your other credit cards and your banks and all that, put it all together. Take that of your spouses as well, and or your significant other. Put it all in one place. Easy. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKDOWNCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKDOWNCollege for half off your first year. All right. I want to tell you about some questions I have regarding Michigan's freshman quarterback, freshman sensation, 5-star Bryce Underwood, and how is he going to handle Coach Sherrone Moore's 2-game suspension at a time where he needs him the most? And what if the Ncaa says to Moore, hey, 2's not enough for this Spygate, for the 52 deleted messages? We want you a 4-game suspension. We want to suspend you for the whole year. What happens then? It's going to be tough. Would Underwood consider hitting the transfer portal if this year really gets messed up and leaving Michigan? I know he's got a $12.5 million name, image, and likeness deal. That's hard to walk away from, but I think he could get it elsewhere. Anyway, you know, schools like LSU that wanted him in the first place, they're going to try and poach him anyway. Poaching's going on everywhere. So, and they're going to say, hey, our coaches aren't getting suspended. Come on over here for some continuity. We'll develop you. Let's see if he flips. You think he would do it? Anyway, you can check out our full 30-minute podcast where we lead with this topic. Go check it out on Locked On Big Ten or wherever you get your podcast, and let me know what you think. Many ways for you to interact with us on Twitter at Talk Big Ten, our website, talkbig10.com, where our podcasts go, and you can get all the merchandise from your favorite schools. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Get us to 20,000. Follow this podcast right now on your favorite podcast app, and you get the latest episode of Locked On Big Ten as soon as it becomes available each and every day. Also invite you to check out our friend Brian Smith at The Portal Show on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts as well. To you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day weekend to you. Enjoy it. Can't wait to talk to you all on Monday. Tell your friends about us. We're here each and every day. All 18 teams, Big Ten, video and audio, and news, analysis, and opinion. All of that under one umbrella. It's what makes this podcast so unique. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday. For Locked On Big Ten, I'm Craig Sheeman.